What's up, Vent? It's Saturday. We are going to clear our hips up this morning with a Voodoo band. Just a reminder, make sure when you guys are rapping with the Voodoo band, you are covering the band in half every time, and you are utilizing more tension than you think you need. Once your Voodoo band up on your hip, we're going to go through a major hip flow. I'm thinking a minimum of 30 repetitions, whether that be side lunges, forward lunges, world's greatest stretches. We could even turn this into air squats. This could be any sort of piece that takes your leg into extension. You could even look at jumping jacks, any sort of hip flow that you feel inclined to do. After you do one side, take it off, wrap up the other side, do it again, gives you double repetitions. Once you're done with your hip flow, we have a quick little warm-up, 2 rounds for quality. First thing is going to be 10 box jumps, making sure she's putting as much pressure into the floor as she jumps, and she's landing in a nice squared up neutral foot position and feels stable and sound. After your 10 box jumps, you're going to go through 10 alternating lunges, thinking about the same thing. As that foot steps out, it wants to be rooted and strong and stable. After you've done your lunges, we're going to go into some Scap Pull-Ups. We got the push-ups done the other day. Make sure you're getting some kind of range of motion that's going up and down, not so much lat turn on. Show me lat turn on. That's where your head comes back drastically. We're trying to keep our ears in between our biceps. Again, 2 rounds for quality. You're trying to increase your range on your Scap Pull-Ups and be stable and sound with your feet. After that, we have ourselves a big workout that was written by CrossFit after the fires, and we are doing it today. It is a doozy of one. It is 6 total rounds. You will do 30 air squats, 19 power cleans, and 7 strict pull-ups, followed by a 400-meter run. Whoa. Bree, demo 5 air squats for me. Couple things to note that, again, her feet are nice and sound. Her spine is neutral. Put your arms out for a little bit of balance, and ideally her eyesight is on the horizon. If you do have a barbell at home and we're going to be doing some power cleans, remember that the power clean comes from the floor and is received above parallel. Note she is not landing in the bottom of her squat. A couple of pieces that we try to highlight is how fast and complete you can turn your elbows over, making sure you're receiving the barbell on the shoulder. Pause in your catch position for me. Make sure that when you receive the barbell, boom, your knees are out, you're balanced front to back, and your butt is behind you. And then we stand out of that one. Let's avoid the knees coming forward, limbo under. Power cleans are at 135 today, 95, which is no light barbell. After you've done your power cleans, you have strict pull-ups. Let's see it, B. Butt squeeze, feet together, toes pointed. Solid, strict pull-up with a little L-sit accessory at the top. 6 total rounds of that. Again, that's a doozy of a workout. Remember, there's a 400-meter run for each round. If you're somewhere where you don't have a 400-meter run, on average, that's 2 minutes, minute out, minute back. First scaled option down would be lowering the reps. 20, 11, and 7. This is for our beginners who really have no clue what this is going to feel like at the end of it. And then you can always adjust the implement to a dumbbell power clean. Same rules apply with the dumbbells. Makes it just slightly more challenging down at the bottom position. Make sure you're leaning the dumbbells forward and just touching the heads of the dumbbell on the ground. If you have no equipment at all, we could easily turn this into a bodyweight beatdown where we're doing air squats, burpees, and plank ups. All the burpees in the world. When you see the plank up, make sure your booty squeezed the whole time, and make sure that your hands and forearms, you can go ahead and take a rest, forearms are just as neutral as our feet are, so try not to let those hands overcross. It gets challenging. Midline, booty, big time. Point of performance, when you really look at this workout, I want you guys thinking, what makes sense for me to do. So let's scale appropriately. If you have never done a big workout like this, might think about the lower repetition piece. Also in your warm-up, it would pay to do a few repetitions to see if this is going to be something that you can manage for 6 total rounds. So point of performance is scale properly to get this done. After you're done with the whole thing, not only should you do some breathing cool down, but also big time trap recovery. Notice that Bree immediately puts her arm overhead. Go to the position of emphasis. She could bridge up her hips, put a little bit more tension on the ball, but she's going to move that ball around for roughly 2 minutes per trap. And then immediately following that, she's going to go back for another double whammy on the rear delt. So this is just down from the shoulder, the thing that connects into your tricep. She can work on rotation. She can work on angel wings, all sorts of different positions that put that lacrosse ball into some, we'll call it sticky tissue. Big long workout, big long recovery. Make sure you're not shortchanging the recovery to get to the beach on Saturdays. Game over. Let's do it. See you next week.